Okay, so this is the assignment, what am I doing for me? So the first question is, in what ways am I paying attention to my needs and de-stressing after each clinical and birthday? So at the end of each clinical week, we have to write a summary about our week. And so what we learned, what was difficult, what maybe triggered us, what we would like to work on more, these types of things. So just doing that summary helps me recap about what I did, what I learned, and then kind of helps me relive the experiences and then just debrief anything that came up for me. Same thing after birth, we also have to write those summaries, and so it does the same thing for me. So having to write those summaries really forces you to do those things. Um, my husband's also in the healthcare world, so I'm able to really chat with him and he understands, so that's really helpful as well. What challenges have I encountered? It's comical. So I'm currently going through IVF. It's very out there. I've told pretty much everybody at school just to make them aware. So I had my first transfer exactly a week ago. It's horrible, the whole experience. I mean, it's not horrible, but it definitely is a full-time job on its own. So thankfully, I haven't really struggled too much as far as balancing the whole midwife thing because we have a really slow January and February as far as births go. So I was able to take a full week or from Tuesday to Sunday off. So I was completely off call and nobody expected anything from me. So it was really great. So I'm really, as far as what challenges have I encountered, that would be, of course, the biggest challenge. It's hard. Um, you go to work and you see all the pregnant people, and I truly am able to separate myself, but realizing, they have what I want, and I'm working really hard, and even as hard as I work, it's not a guarantee. So it can be really hard. It's a huge challenge. What resources? Just, what do you do? My midwives have just been amazing and like giving me any time that I need, and so that's really helpful. Exercising as much as I can. Acupuncture has been a great resource, actually. Okay, what is my clinical and creative strategy to help detox stress? Yeah, I mean, acupuncture, it's amazing. Yoga, writing those summaries. I don't journal, but writing those summaries is technically journaling, so that also really helps me manage the stress. What patterns have I noticed in my personal and professional practices that hinder or help? So there was a lot of burnout, I think, last year. Yeah, there was a lot of births, but now we're on this new schedule, so it's just so different. Like we have a clinic day, and then we're off call some days, so there's just this constant balance, and so that's been really helpful. So I would say that's a strategy that helped, even though it's not my personal strategy. Or no, that's a professional practice that helps. So what I want from the semester in terms of juggling my energy, time, and commitment, I am open to taking a long time in phase 3. So really building relationships with clients, and this is truly a season of like, obviously my own body has to come first. So just taking the time to balance that and having preceptors, which I do have the preceptors that acknowledge that, and they are being so respectful. What do I plan to do to turn to if stress interferes with balancing my home life and student responsibilities? I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like it already does. But it's not the stress from midwifery. It's the stress from my personal life. So it's my support person at home is my husband. Of course, he's amazing. And then my support person at MCU. So my fellow apprentice Amber also goes to MCU, and so I just tell her everything. She's amazing. I utilize her more than anybody at MCU. I really feel like I can reach out to anybody. Everybody's really great. So, what safe coping mechanism do I have in place if I notice burnout symptoms? Yeah, okay. It's really about stepping back and taking the time if you need it. I fully I'm 100% committed to my birth center, but at the same time, I recognize that I'm a student um, and I've just made it clear that the season is busy and burnout's very possible with the amount of stress I'm under. So, if I have to take time, then I'm going to take the time. So, just really laying it down for that. I know not everybody has that luxury, and so I'm really, really grateful that with the stress, the place to step back is there. So it's really great. So that's that.